Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Racers Driving League for Season 17, round number 7 of the Championship. Welcome to the circuit, Ostromo Enzo Edina Ferrari. There we go, got out. For the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. I'm your host, Zach RC, taking you through all the action of tonight's race. Looking forward to what should be a very entertaining 7th round on a circuit. This has always stirred up drama, especially in recent seasons. Of course, with a number of drivers who have obviously never driven this circuit in this league. They've never done an Imola race in this league. Obviously, a few drivers who have a few starts into their career. A championship fight that continues on. Of course, after last week's finish, at this point, I must give you all the news in terms of last week's finish in Miami. So, after the stewards report, the results were altered accordingly, and the top 11, which were changed, are as follows. So Webster got the win, followed by James in 2nd, Grumio 3rd, Curtis finished 4th, Pope in 5th, PJ 6th, Ethan 7th, Duck 8th, Imrie falls to 9th, and JB nabs the final point. Landau finishes P11, and P12 and below remain unaffected from the stewards report sent out early last week. So, with that in mind, the standings now read James showing the way on 105 points, 27 in front of Landau, Curtis still 3rd, Webster shoots up to 4th, Grumio in 5th place for now. Duck in 6th, JB 7th, PJ 8th, and the two Mercedes cars of Pope and Imrie round off your top 10. So into Q1 then, almost everyone out the circuit will get Imrie's perspective of the lap here. As we enter the last corners. And charging up now towards the line. Quite a long run towards that first corner from the start of the lap here, so ERS is on full overtake to kick things off. Now flying down the main straight towards the Tamburello's came to be one long sweeping left-hander until, of course, Senna's crash in 1994 and various safety concerns arising from that. Imrie away through the first sector here. And, an early change here. We're seeing rain on the circuit. A session that started to dry. We're seeing the rain start to fall already here. So a big change of play. Imrie will carry on though. Up into the fast left-hander there. And down towards Aquaman and Raleigh for the first time. And the circuit that we're so used to having dry weather at for the majority of if not all of the race weekend. This time being hit with something completely different. The last time we saw rain at this circuit was back in Season 12. Early on in the season, Lucky Lambert went on to take the win that day. After a late shower caused the majority of the field to make the change. But Lucky held on to it and went on to take the win. Imrie 50.4 in the second sector. First few cars coming towards the line now. So Flying Duck fast to start things off. Then goes Landlord. Those two setting 1 at 16s each. Will Imrie go over the 16 as well? He will. 1:16.1. So 2/10 clear of Landlord. But Grumio then goes and ups the ante completely there. Grumio on top, 1:15.7. And I dare say that'll be the fastest time we see across all 3 sessions if things stay as they are. Lucky Lambert towards the line of McLaren. We'll see what he can pull off. JB and Lucky there in 7th and 8th. 2 Williams cars of Ethan and PJ. Ethan, of course, special day for him. Today is Ethan's birthday, so everyone make sure to happy birthday down to Ethan in the chat, and hopefully we'll have a good race today to go with the occasion. Unsure if we've ever seen anyone win a race on their birthday before in this league. I'm sure it's happened at some point. But you never know. Perhaps with the right presentation, today could be the day. Of course, Williams had a solid start to the season, but the majority of their points have come from PJ, who of course continued to shine last week in Miami after the pole in China just 2 rounds ago. Right, Cop joined the session as well now. This is the Sauber. Only missing Alvar. We're looking like we're going to have a full grid tonight. And a debutant tonight as well, has to be said. Red Bull's new driver, Soul Darkness 66, makes his first start alongside the other Red Bull of Badman. We're just missing Alvar as of right now, so once Alvar joins, we should have a full grid. We're having connection issues, so perhaps we could be looking at a more mid-session join. And the rain is definitely playing into the hands. Look at Batman sliding there into the last 2 corners. Now coming in. I think those guys who set fast laps will be safe in Q2. One driver in particular being Che, reserving tonight in place of Red J, who of course told us during the post-race interviews last week he wasn't going to be here for a few races. So I look forward to seeing him back soon. Curtis taking a run through the grass there. I wouldn't recommend that if I'm completely honest. Solid lap though from Grumio, who goes fastest here. Of course, still looking for his 2nd win of the season. Took the opener in Bahrain, hasn't won since. Hadn't scored until Miami last week. He hadn't actually scored points since that first race in Bahrain. He was still living off those same 26 points from the opener. The defending winner of this race in the Haas there, so looking to add another win to his tally. Here comes James towards the line. The championship leader goes P14. Now he could be at risk here. He's got to set a good lap in these conditions, otherwise we could see him potentially go out in qualifying. In the first round of qualifying, rather. BRS now disabled, that'll make the job a bit easier. And look at the slide there from James. Not at all we want to be doing this early on. Look at the rain starting to re-hit the circuit now. See the Aston Martin of Biker Craig out on the racetrack as well. Craig also made his debut last week. He's now on the intermediate tyres, so one of the first ones to make that choice. A solid start to his lap given the conditions. Of course, Aston Martin now with a completely fresh lineup this season. Crovey and Sakir obviously making their departures in recent races. Grimmy retiring. He believes he's got the chops to keep the car in Q2 rather, in the top 15. So we'll be looking at more or less a lack of improvements from here with about 10 minutes to go. James off into pit lane now. I'll tell you what, that lap could be difficult to top given the conditions. As Cock goes P15, he's right there on the brink as it stands. Slowest time we've seen so far. I think the late join may be costing a little bit potentially, but we'll have to see what the pace is like on the intermediate tyres. So Darkness out on the racetrack now. He's going for that Red Bull on soft tyres. You really hear the car sort of struggle for traction there as he continues on. Alvar out on the racetrack. See, these guys taking risks and going for those soft tyres. Is he going to pay off though? Or is that just a set of soft tyres getting wasted ahead of the Grand Prix? Soul Darkness is in. And I get the feeling we may see a lack of laps in the bottom 5. Biker Craig's out on the racetrack right now still. 56.8 was the second sector. Down into the braking zone. Quite close to locking up. And now charging towards the line as best he can in those conditions. Put him into P17. The lap is invalid from the look of things. Alvar is still taking the gamble, trying to go for a lap on the soft tyre. We'll see how he gets on. Kind of gravel there. That was Obsessed Gamer. Crosses the line, that puts him into P16 now, 1 minute 31.052. His teammate Biker Craig off on the grass. I think from here, we're maybe waiting a little while for the next sort of time to be set. We've got 7.5 minutes to go. Of course, last week we dealt with a bit of rain in Miami too. The first time, I think, perhaps maybe even ever in the history of the series that we saw a dry tyres in Q1, intermediates in Q2, and then full wets in Q3. And I get the feeling potentially if this rain continues how it is, we may potentially get some more use of the wet tyres in over the course of the next hour, and perhaps even during the race as well. We'll have to see the weather's like there. You see these Aston Martins, so they're really on down the track right now, looking to make some kind of improvement, see what they can do to at least get themselves up over the 3 cars who I imagine may stay in the pits. I'm not too sure if they actually go out there given the situation. Biker Craig, I believe, may have potentially crashed at Imola. I'm not sure, we didn't quite catch it on stream. Soul Darkness down the racetrack too. No DRS to be available here, but the ERS is also is available right now. See out towards the left-hander of Tosa. So keep it under control, I think, is the simplest thing to do. Obviously easier said than done. Alvar is that lap now, so he has emerged from his pit box. Will we see Courtney Goblin out as well? Wide there for Soul Darkness, Ackerman and Rowley, that would invalidate his lap. Tough start, and what looked to be a dry session to kick things off got wet very, very quickly. Back in the pit lane now. Of course, Alvar already went out on the soft tyres. That run was not favourable towards him, so we'll see what he can do on the inters. Here's driver with wet pace. We'll see what he's got in these conditions compared to the dry, and we'll see how close he can get to perhaps push himself up. I'd say that James and Cott will be the ones who are at risk. Alvar running Ocon's helmet, charges up towards the Villeneuve chicane. I've been told the race will be dry, so no concern there. So we should get a clean, fast race here. But again, that race could lead to be a DRS train. Because we've seen that a lot, especially across single player on this game so far. And in general, we could be in for perhaps another one of these races where the field pulls away. 57.3 for Alvaro in the second sector. We'll see what he's got. JB retiring. Looks to be safe in Q2. Webbsy 11th. His teammate Cotton 15th. We'll see just what Alvar can do here. Looks like maybe it's knocked Cot out. He has not knocked Cot out. There we go. That took me a second to say. But Cot was up in the second sector by the looks of it, but he's invalidated now. It may have spun out potentially. But he's now out there, see if he can try and beat that time. He's got to improve by 6/10. Or is that qualifying? 3 minutes to go. Let's keep an eye here on what Cot can pull out. Webbsy, last week's winner, also on a lap. Right on board. Solid pace on the show so far. Towards that Camilla road once again. Yellow flag, that is the Alpine that's just moved away for him. The Hero keeping it under control here. Let's see if he can improve in the second sector. Towards the split. Yes, he's 8/10 up. That's what he needs right now. He only needs about 7. So he's got one there, a spare at this stage. Can he finish his lap off? If he can finish it, he may as well give himself the next session. Last corner. Got to keep it within the white lines. Do the exit, looking for the line. It's going to be a 24 here. It's going to be a 24. 1:24.6. And by 2 seconds, that puts him, or by 1.5, that puts him back into Q2. Does Alvar have anything left? So have one more lap on these tyres. And what looks to be a tow from his teammate too. Ethan, who is in, sorry, not Ethan. That would be Curtis. Sorry, who looks to be safe in Q2 and P8, giving his teammate a little bit of a hand there down the straight towards Tamburello. We'll see what benefit that gives him at the first split here as he comes off the corner and charges towards the intermediate line. Always 400ths down, and he needs about 1.5 seconds to get himself back into the top 15. 40 seconds to go. Sold darkness over the line. P17 looks to be all he's got right now. Connor Golden didn't emerge from the pit lane. He'll be out of qualifying. Alvar. Oh, Alvar invalidates. And that might be it for him. Soul Darkness has finished his lap. He can go for one more, but he's more or less finished. He's got no battery left. Cotney Goblin didn't leave the pit. Spiker Craig is out. Obsessed Gamer's in the pit lane. And Alvar has just invalidated. So that will end qualifying. Brumio on top. Cot narrowly squeezes into Q2. Bad luck there to the bottom 5 who got caught out just in the end. They'll be gearing up for the race later on. Caught back in the pit lane and knowing he's through. Soul Darkness to be the last one to come back through to take the flag. But as for that top 15 who will go through, who will live to fight another day, so they are Grimio, Imri, Landlord, Ethan, Che, 5th, PJ, Flying Duck, Curtis, Lucky Lambert, JB, Webbsy, Badman, Pope, James, and Cott. And they will continue on those intermediate tyres. The second part of qualifying coming your way shortly. So round of your bottom 5 who go out in this first session. Alvar, Soul Darkness, Obsessed Gamer, Mikey Craig and Cockney Goblin all find themselves eliminated. The next 15 minutes, the top 15 will duel, will go head to head for the right to move on to the pole position shootout, where 10 drivers will fight it out in Q3. Looking like the rain will impact us for at least the next session. Unsure if we'll see anything more from there, but it's time to find out in Q2. So there's your state of play then going into the second part of qualifying. 15 drivers remain, and we'll see which of them will emerge to fight for pole position in Q3. Let me know your predictions down for pole position down in the chat below. Let me know if you're enjoying the stream so far. Of course, Imola, fantastic circuit, as we all know. Always provides good racing in this league. Williams will be the first team to get a car on the track, and it will be Ethan who leads them out. He will then be followed by Badman, Hope there as well. Imri up there, the third car on the line. And here comes the Williams. Enters the tyre of choice here. Websy and Lando looking at soft tyres there. I imagine they're going to change for actually back on the racetrack again, because that could be a horror show if I do say so myself. Even with the ability of the drivers taking the choice to try and go for that. Of course, Landon's got some work to do. He's got points to close in this championship. 27 points to get. That's just over a sweep. So that's race week. Obviously, that is just over race win and the fastest lap. So 26 maximum for a race weekend. To close that gap immediately, Landon will require James to not score. And as I say, to take victory and set the fastest lap, which could be tough to do. We've got a lot of drivers here with good pace over the course of one lap, as we see in these qualifying sessions. So we'll see if any of them have got the guts to try and take on the dominant pairing so far, being the RB team. Although, of course, Haas are hunting them down. Sauber now in third place, McLaren down to fourth, Mercedes in fifth in the constructors. They're starting to make their way back up again. Alpine sixth, Williams seventh, Aston Martin eighth, and then Red Bull ninth, and Ferrari dead last right now. Of course, the one Ferrari, Che, into Q2, but as he's a reserve, he will not score points towards the championship. Only reserve in the running tonight. But it's good to see a full grid. So we'll see how Che gets on his first flying lap. You can certainly see a patch of where the racing line is on the circuit, very clearly marked out, up towards Tabarella. You want to try to avoid going over those sausage curves too much, it can really make you lose traction. Good exit though, looking for Villeneuve now, same thing. And just careful to avoid the gravel trap on the exit. First sector, 26.7 up into Tosa. Keeping it nice and smooth. Into the little right of turn 8 and now the left of turn 9. Yellow flag in front. And that is the Williams, I believe, of Ethan. So trouble of some kind in towards Aqua Minerale. You can see him slide a little bit there. There goes the Haas on the high side. way off the circuit, letting the Ferrari go. 55.3, the second sector. He's hooked up a good lap so far as Jay. We'll see if he's got the guts to finish it off. Ethan, sorry, it was Ethan who went fast. It looked as it was PJ who was gone fast. Imri now takes the top spot. 1:23.2. JB into second place. Last corner for Che. Lucky third. Pope goes fastest. And Che towards the line. Goes second fastest. Well, so what you like about this field, we've got some contenders in here for position. And now fronting the field is Pope. As I was telling me before the stream, won this race back in season 11, and with it taking his one and only RDL championship. But to my mind, hasn't visited the top step of the podium here since. Some of these guys sporting different helmets this week, thanks to the launch of the next season of the Podium Pass. So a few more customization options now there, but of course a lot of guys are still rocking the original helmets. James goes fastest now, 1:22.4. So that's 3/10 over Pope, so a solid lap from there. The championship leader showing the rest of the field how it's done so far. Much improved on the P14 in the last session. So Pope down second, Che down to third. Every back in the pit lane, Flying Duck now fifth. 10 drivers to set times. Here comes Drumio, defending winner of this circuit and reigning drivers champion into the last 4 corners. Of course, put on a clinic in Bahrain, hasn't really been to business since, but he's put himself P2 there. And Lamo goes P3. The Haas cars are there, as always, there and about with a vengeance. Just keep an eye on these guys. Fantastic in the wet, as they've shown over several seasons of this partnership. They completed the podium when Pope took the victory here now 6 seasons ago. And late 2021, when he won the crown, must feel like a long, long time ago now. Been nearing 3 years since we come to the end of 2024. 13 cars have announced at their times. We're just waiting on the 2 Saubers. Cox on his first lap, Bumpty's on his out lap. Ethan, again, look at the soft tyres there. I wouldn't go for those, if I'm honest with you. I think it's quite obvious why. Cox 27.9 in the first sector. Hasn't quite been on it, or as on it in qualifying as of late. Hunting another pole position for his tally. He's been fantastic in qualifying over the last season and a half. I'm trying to find the pole position stats for him. Then I will try and find those. It comes through the third and final sector. "11 pole positions from his 29 races so far. This will be his 30th start tonight. But he's taken pole in almost a third of the races. Over a third of the races completed it. Competed it. No, there's my words. 125 there again. Not looking like he's got the wet pace right now. Webbsy 26.8 in the first sector. Shade Alak on top. First car in the session hit the 1 minute 21s. Only just. At 21.992. So James then moves down to second. Right now on the drop zone is JB, 1 minute 24.2. He's 6/10 in front of the Williams of PJ. Was then followed by a half second back by his teammate. That'd be Ethan. Keeping on Webbsy as he emerges from the last corner, 55.5 in his second sector. Towards the line now. Looks like he's going to be able to beat his teammate. But now 23.5. That put him in 7th place. So not quite out of the woods just yet, but in with a good chance. So the number of cars below could improve. Lyle in second now on with 22.1. See who else has gone towards the line here. Websy, sorry, that is caught back through. Up to 1 minute 23 now. So now inside the drop zone and knocking his teammate Websy down a spot. Those guys still a little bit on the cusp of elimination here. If we get some improvements, then it could be trouble for those guys. PJ there on his outlap. 124.8 was his best effort. But just under 6 minutes to go. And you see Badman emerge from the pit lane, bottom of the timing screen right now, and looking to improve. To get one of them Red Bulls into Q3. Of course, Soul Darkness out in Q1. Run board from here to go through the unearth. Of course, he's having that lap, so we'll come back to him later. Keeping an eye on Curtis here, he's running P6 right now. He's done quite well so far this season in terms of point scoring position. Still sits in 4th place in the standings. And into the pit lane now. Oh, hello. Just a bit of a slide there on the Alpine. Pokes on the racetrack. 2.5 seconds down his previous effort. The only one on a live lap. Hope drawn by PJ. Let's keep an eye on him. Going towards that first sector. It's almost 2 tenths up. Those 2 tenths though would not improve him in terms of position. Towards that Camilla Riley now, keeping on the control here. Really sliding that car on the very edge. Good exit and now up the hill. Looking for the second slip. 7 tenths up now. Now this will move him up into P11. He needs a few more to get himself inside that top 10. Can he pull it off into the last 2 corners here? Towards the line. Looking at 23. So he is a 23. He does get those 10th he needs and puts himself just inside the top 10. And lucky Lambo is a 10th and a half in the first sector. Now must be aware he's got a bit more work to do to get himself inside the top 10 for the last shootout. Badman 7 tenths up. Still needs a bit more. He needs to gain about another 7 tenths. Towards the line, P14. And not enough improvement in the end. 3 minutes to go. Then let's recharge the DRS and go again. Pope is on the track. I imagine he might be coming back in this time. That or recharging the DRS. He's gone 6 laps. About to be 7 on those intermediates. Che is still on the circuit as well. Looking to improve on his pole time. Or would be a pole time rather. Emery P7, so in terms of his previous efforts, not as quick. As Lucky Lama goes P8, that knocks PJ out. And again, the Sabres now find themselves on the cusp. Cott emerging from the pit lane now. Must know he's under threat. PJ over the line, doesn't improve. 2 minutes to go. Does Badman have anything? Badman again, 7 tenths up. This could be what he needs. He still needs to get a bit more though. Last corner, you can hear the tyres squealing there as he emerges. in off the last corner now towards the line. Can he improve and get himself into the top 10 for the shootout? Across the line, P12. It's still not enough. He's got time for one more. At the same rate he's improving. He's only a 10th out right now, so he just needs a little bit more. Che improves once again, 120 on 6. Poke around the house here. He is, sliding there. Off he goes into the gravel. Saves it. But I dare say that'll be it for the Season 11 champion. As Imri goes second. Where is Badman? Badman's invalidated. Another 10 on his last up, he'd might be in there, but it looks as though qualifying is over for both Red Bulls now. 45 seconds still to come until the checkered flag drops. Websy off the last corner. Looking like he might improve here to get himself back inside the top 10. Up to P8. He's not out of the woods yet. Flying Ducks on the soft tyres. And that is a risk and a half. He's going for broke here to get himself into Q3. Can he pull it off? It's unlikely. Ethan trying it too. And make up to the line behind Flying Duck. Badman going for one last run. Caught in the bottom 5, but 3/10 up. Almost 4/10 up. There's the flag. Here comes the Ferrari of change to the pit lane. Imri into the last 2 corners. I imagine he'll go into the pit lane too. One of the McLarens coming through as well. Imri is in. There comes Lucky Lambert. Last corner. He's half a second up. Needs it to get into that last session. Towards the line. It goes P9. It's not over yet. PJ might be on the cusp of going out. Cott is improving. Cott's improving massively here. Cott over the line. P2 in the end for him. And that's the form we recognise from the Sauber. That is more like it. Badman invalidates. Looks like he's out qualifying. PJ also out. Flying Duck is right now. He's 5 seconds down. I think the experiment's over for him. JB improves, but not enough. He's out. And if Duck's not improving, Eaton is not either. So there we go again. No late drama to settle it. Gaming James goes quickest. 121.6. A lot of improvements towards the end of the session. Perhaps signifying a dry line, a dry part of the track now that can be used. Going now into the final part of qualifying. Your top 10 will be James, Che, Cott, Imri, Pope, Curtis, Landlord, Grumio, Websy, and Lucky Lambert. PJ, JB, Badman, Flying Duck, and Ethan will all go out. Exciting session there. Late improvements definitely made things a lot more entertaining. And it could be anyone's game for pole position. Grumio and Landlord both went out on soft tyres at the end. So you have to make sure you have the lap hooked up. And with Ethan now just getting himself into the pit lane. That's the end of qualifying. Everyone now off the circuit. And now we look towards the last shootout of the session. So James tops the session, followed by Che and Cott. Imri 4th, Pope 5th, Curtis in 6th, Landlord 7th, Grumio 8th, Websy 9th, and Lucky Lambert rounds it on top 10. And in the end, PJ Khaled, JB, K-Badman, Flying Duck, and Ethan, the birthday boy, all out in Q2. They will not advance to fight full position. And the rain looks to have dissipated a little bit here. And that means we might get some dry running for the last session. You see these guys switching to softs already in their MFDs. And we could be in for an all-out scrap on dry pace for pole here at Imola. Make sure to leave your predictions down of pole position in the chat below. Should be a fantastic session. Leading them out then will be the Sauber of Cop. Imola on his way out too. Pope going through the Super Mercedes cars. Always out first. You see there's still traces of the rain left on the circuit, but it's looking like soft tyres are the ones now. As Cop lets Pope go, there's Imola in there behind them. And we'll see everyone sort of come out a single file of the train here, giving themselves enough space to go by themselves for this last run. Or at least for this last session. A few drivers holding back here. Grumio, Websy, Landlord, and Che yet to emerge. There goes Che. There goes Websy. Keep an eye on the halos here. So if we start to see raindrops, that'll be how we know. So Che emerged from the circuit. It's been fantastic these first few sessions. Can he hook it all up for a pole position in qualifying? Lucky there. We'll keep an eye on him. Another Q3 appearance from the McLaren driver. We'll see if he's got what it takes to go for pole position this time around. And we've got cars lost his front wing. That is James. There's a bit of a concern there for the championship leader who's lost his wing already. I'm just where he's lost it, but it's gone. He'll move back to the pits though. Let's have a look at Lucky Lambert then as he goes through to begin his first lap of the session. Towards Tamburello. Looking for a clean run, getting about as close as he can to those sausage curbs that have gone over him. But this slide on the exit of turn 2, you saw him almost onto the grass a little bit, but kept it under control. Into Villeneuve. Don't want to repeat that same move because there's a gravel trap waiting for you on the exit. 26.4, the first sector. We'll look at some faster times this time around. He's on those intermediates though, so we'll see what the crossover looks like. We've got a few cars on soft, a few cars on inters. Cott and James in the pit lane. Sector 2 looking a bit drier than Sector 1 did. So definitely a line you want to follow for Lucky Lambert. Into the last sector now. Through the chicane nice and smooth. Again, you're not working over those curbs too much. The exit won't be pleasant for you. That's all I'll say. Last corner, then we'll see what the first time is for Lucky. 21.4, but Pope fastest right now, 121.040. So those guys separated for just less than half a temp so far. Here comes Scott. James yet to re-emerge. Grumio and Valdez his first run. Lionel start there. Che is there. Websy on the inters. Yet seeing anyone with the soft tyres go on. Websy of the line for P5 there. Slowest of the time so far. 4 cars looking at soft tyres. One is about to come to the line here. That is Che, but he may have backed off on this first lap. Landlord looks to be on the clean run. 129 for Che. Look to improve that this time around. Slow around the last corner. Valdez invalidated now. Both Haas cars struggling here. Bottom 2 right now. James back on the racetrack now. Again, I was unsure as to where he lost his wing, but it was gone when we looked. So had to come back in. They've made the change now, and he's still got time to go for a run, maybe another one if he gets a chance. We'll see how good this one is. But still yet to see what the soft look like in comparison. But the track looks to be practically all dry for the most part. There are certain parts where it's still wet off the racing line, but obviously the driver's not be straying into that part of the track too much. But in most places it looks almost completely dry. Che is the second up, he's invalidated again. Grumio is 54-1 in the second sector. We'll see what he's got lined up for this last one. And we'll see everyone onto softs for the last run. DRS enabled. And I help him a little bit. Overtake is deployed now towards the line. DRS open for Grumio. 1 minute 20.4, so not much in it. James starts his lap. We'll see what he can do. James chasing the Haas. The Haas that we thought the whole field would be chasing at this point of the season. But Grumio is fastest, so technically he is. Moves out of the way now for the championship leader. Let's go that towards turn 9. Into Akman. We'll see control on offer. Into the braking zone, keeping it nice and smooth off those curbs, off the majority of those curbs. 51.8, that's a big improvement we've seen by comparison. I get the feeling James's time will be a cut above the rest here. Last corners. Slide entry. Off the turn, perhaps we look at 1 minute 17 here. Over the line, 1:17.3 from James. That'll put him on provisional pole. Imrie now out on the track, on soft tyres. Let's see what pace he's got. Really using every last inch of track there. He comes towards the end of the first sector into Villeneuve. Good run. 24.3, up by 1.7 seconds. We've still got work to do. Down the hill and into up from the right once again. Looking at a solid run here. Good exit. Looking for the split in the second sector. Up by 4 seconds, and that'll be enough for him to nab pole to my mind. So we're in for a fight now for pole position. And I think Imrie might have a bit more in the tank still as he comes through the last 2 corners. That Mercedes is still looking for its first win of the season. Crossed the line first to Miami. Didn't win down to penalties. Came P9 in the end. Looking for redemption. Imrie over the line. 1 minute 15.3. Big improvements. 3 minutes to go. Here comes Curtis into the last corner. Locking up there on the inside tyre. On the front left. And now looking for the line. Looking at 16 if he can get it across. 1:16.5. I put him on the front row. But now everyone has seen the power of the soft tyres. Webbs is on the racetrack here. 2 seconds up in the first sector. Now 4.3 up. Can he still extract any more pace? Again, another slight lock-up. And now towards the line. Here he comes. Webbsy goes P2 by just 2/10. It is going to be very tight here with 2 minutes to go. Both Haas cars on the racetrack. Lionel's on his lap right now. Pope over the line. Looking to start what could be his last run. Emery retiring. Thinking he won't improve from there. Hasn't got time to really go for another one. I have to hope that what he's got is enough. A low 15 is the best time we saw. We didn't see times anywhere near as good as that in Q1. We saw high 15s. Lucky Lamba goes fastest there. By 3/10. Lionel is not going to improve. He's invalidated. 1:15.8 was his time. Could we see a Lucky Lambert pole position? The last time we came close to that was almost 3 seasons ago, back in China. Grumio nabbed pole in the end. That was in the Alfa Romeo, but now he's in that McLaren. He is shining. Pope goes fastest into the 114s. What the Sigma? Pope goes fastest. And I'm saying that on personal request from the man himself. Cott goes second. Cars into the 14s now. Here comes Websy towards the line. Won't improve. 21 seconds down in the end. Grumio is 7/10 up. He's invalidated though. Is it over for the two Haas cars? Lyle 52.7 in the second sector. I don't think he's good enough. He's backing off. And it's looking like a qualifying well off from the Haas cars. But Lionel has got time for one more. Grumio won't make it, or he might make it, you never know. He'll go full beans in the X, actually make it towards the line, he's going to make it, he's going to do it. Here he comes. No, he missed. No, he made it. Only just. And the two Haas cars will get their shot right at the end of the session. Checker flag is out. Here comes Che. Lock up. He's got a bit wide there. Keeps it under control though. Can he finish this lap off strong? But for a low 14, he does get there, but it's not quite enough. Che goes second. Websy next across the line. He's 2/10 up on his previous effort. Needs a bit more. Cox invalidated. Websy up to P4. Here comes James. James who's 2.4 seconds up. Can he get any more out of it? He goes fastest. 1:14.0. Coming to the pit lane. Pope will join him. Lucky Lambert into the last couple of corners now. Has he got what it takes to put himself back on provisional pole? He's going to miss out. Up to P5 though. Here come the two Haas cars. Lionel towards the line. Lionel goes to fourth. Can Grumio pull one out the bag? He won't. And that is it. James nabs pole. 1 minute 14.089. And that is the pace we came to expect from these guys. As the sun finally parts the clouds. Wow, was that fast. Fantastic lap from the championship leader, proving why he is the championship leader. Fantastic run, and this could be perhaps one of the most competitive races we've seen all season. James will lead Pope to turn 1. Che lines up 3rd, Grumio 4th, Cott in 5th, Lucky Lambert 6th. Sorry, Lionel 5th, Cott in 6th, Lucky Lambert 7th, Websy 8th, Imrie 9th, and Curtis rounds out your top 10. That is qualifying. Fantastic session all around. We got a bit of everything there. A bit of wet and dry. Had a bit of fun as well towards the end with those fast laps. But it's time now for the race. We'll be back with you in a moment. So here we go then. No more talking. It's time for action here at Imola. The race is on. 32 laps coming your way. At least I believe it's 30. It is 30. Confirmation here on our graphic designed by our very own JB to of course mimic the style of 2000's Formula 1. Grumio, your defending winner. And there is the circuit on which he will contest the race with the other 19 competitors. Full grid tonight. Just the one reserve, that being Che, taking the place of Red J. But a fantastic circuit. The Autodromo Enzo e Dino Ferrari, which I can now pronounce correctly after the debacle at the start of the stream. And we are in for what should be a brilliant race. A moment away now from the start of the formation lap. Of course, we'll go through the entire starting lineup going in. Make sure to let us know your predictions down in the chat below. And there is our beautiful looking grid on a beautiful day here in Italy. And here's your starting grid. So starting the back row, it is Copy Goblin and Biker Craig. In terms of tyres, no one going for the soft tyre state. The majority mediums, minority on hards. But the back row is both taking them there. Obsessed Gamer lines up P18. He's got Soul Darkness Company there on row number 9. A total of 3 starts combined between them. Obsessed Gamer, of course, debuted in China. Alvar there, P16. Last cars caught out by the rain in Q1. Ethan lines up P15. Reminder for those of you who weren't here earlier, that it is Ethan's birthday today. So let's hope he has a good race to add to what no special day from already. Flying Duck lines up P14 in the RB. A bit of work to do, it's close to his teammate, but we've seen him do it before. Anything could happen for him. Badman lines up P13, knocked out in Q2, didn't make Q3 this time around, but tried valiantly to make the final 10. JB lines up P12. He's on the cusp recently, starts on those hard tyres. PJ 11th on the mediums. Curtis starts your top 10, again on the medium tyres. Imri joins him on row 9. In the end, not quite quick enough at the end of Q3, but still a solid result given the pace. Websy P8, last week's winner. Looking for 2 in a row, or a minimum podium finish. He's always been good at the circuit in the past. Lucky Lambert, winner here back in season 12. Lines up in P7. Cott in 6th place. Landlord 5th. Chasing James in the championship. Grumio, your reigning champion, lines up 4th, defending race winner here as well. Che lines up 31 in this race, 2 years in a row in season 14 and 15. Pope took the win and the championship here in season 11 with Hosoda's penultimate round. And Gaming James, your championship leader, and perhaps the next champion to be, based on his first 6 starts already this season, will line up in pole position as he moves all the way in. Look at the angle there as he looks to cover Pope off at turn 1. And Pope looking for the same thing there. So everyone aiming towards Tamburello. This is going to be a good start. Everyone joining up at the back of the grid. Currently Goblin get one last burnout in on the tyres. That Ferrari before he lines up. James waiting. Everyone aiming towards the Tamburello chicane. Here come the lights for round 7 of the championship. Here at Imola. Websy for a drive through for a jump start, but it's lights out, foot to the floor. We are underway. Good start there from James. Websy obviously looking for the lead here as he goes towards turn 1. Che in second. Pope drops back. He gets shuffled behind. Grumio down to P4. James leads away into the Tamburello chicane. Got a car off already as someone flying through the gravel there. Not sure who that was. It's one of the Alpines. That is Curtis, who rejoined in dead last now. A lot of work to do. What happened at turn 1? He must outrank himself, but he's away now. James from Che. Grumio, no, then Websy 4th. Pope 5th and Cotton 6th. Websy, an obvious jump on the race start. He'll serve a drive through penalty for that. I assume he'll serve that sooner rather than later. Not a great start for Sal, but Che is pushing the snot out of James right now as they run towards Acqua Minerale. Really, really going for it. Looking for the lead in this track that he's won in this league several times already. Now hunting down the RB in front of him. Right on the tail of that machine as they charge towards the last 2 corners. Not going to go for a move just yet, but keep an eye on this main straight. He might go for it with the battery. And Diaz comes to play a lap earlier than usual, obviously, with the rules of 2024. James leads lap 1. Che's right on his tail. There he goes to the left-hand side of the racetrack, looking for the top spot towards Tamburello. They're side by side. Che looking to edge in front. So who's going to outbreak him? There he goes. James falls out of favour. Che into the lead. Grumio in third place. Those guys pulling away. Pope holding the pack behind him. There goes Landlord to the inside. Looking towards Villeneuve. And the Haas moves in front. Two champions going head to head there. And it's the three-time series champ who emerges victorious in that brief battle. Caught behind them. Webb's in the pit lane here. He's serving that drive through. He's back on the racetrack now. Dead last with a lot of work to do in the next 30 laps. So James now finds himself in a position where he needs to get back around Che. But he'll have the DRS to his effect. Caught and Imrie side by side. Caught the penalty there for multiple warnings off the circuit. Track limits wise already. This track is perhaps on the level of Austria in terms of limit violations. So this race could be decided on penalties if they're close enough. Landlord right now breaking the train. If he can get himself back in range. Yellow flag behind, and that is, I'm not sure how, it looks like poor X for the train broke up with JB, but it's Obsessed Gamer around. Recovers it. End plate missing on the Aston Martin. Why do you have a car to catch now? Chase sets the fastest lap. Grumio is just out of DRS range right now. He's got a lap to get himself back in. James on the outside retakes the lead. I get the feeling we'll see these two go back and forth. Pope down to P5 now. Obsessed Gamer with the penalty. I mean, that's for speed in the pits. I didn't quite see it. Biker Craig, his teammate, getting nabbed by the time balance one as well. He's got Connie Goblin and the Ferrari on his tail. Up the field here, everyone looking quite close together. Ethan right on the back of JB into Tosa. Soul Darkness running P12 right now. He's had a solid start, make up some places. We'll have a look in terms of drivers, in terms of position gained, positions lost. The driver who's gained the most places so far is, in fact, Soul Darkness, who has gained 5. He's our biggest gainer so far, and our biggest dropper, well, obviously, would be Webbs, who's down 11 spots thanks to that drive-through penalty. But in terms of, well, without penalties, Curtis has lost 5. He started P10, but thanks to that mistake going through the gravel at turn 1 in the first lap, he's down to P15, and a bit of work to do. DRS for Che in play once more. Grumio sets the fastest lap. Cott does as well. And Che reclaimed the top spot to the inside this time. If these two keep fighting, then the defending champion and race winner here at Imola could get himself back in the picture. Behind them, Landlord's chasing. Pope behind him, 5th place. Cott in 5th. Sorry, excuse me, Cott in 6th. Imrie 7th. Lucky Lambert running 8th. Of course, Lucky former race winner here, but in quite different conditions. Through turn 9. James chasing once again. Needs to go back and forth in the opening laps. In terms of battery, Che's got a lot saved compared to the cars around. Let's have a look at that right now. About 3/4 of his left, while James has used about half. Imrie quite low on battery already. Of course, we know all too well Imrie's tactics, DRS wise. He goes for the Zach RC career mode effect, which I know from experience this doesn't work personally, but of course, Imrie, of course, much faster driver than I am. Continuing on to lap 5, and again, James comes roaring back at him with DRS, but no battery in use. Just grab that, there he goes. Easy pass for the RB, and the championship leader finds himself back in the lead once more. Grumio continues to close in, but not enough to go for a position right now. Ethan passing Jamie once again, and might try and go for Curtis to get close enough too. Up in front of them, Soul Darkness, oh, bit of contact with Flying Duck. Off in the gravel, and there goes Duck off again, and off into the barriers. Front wing gone for the RB, and I'd say given the angle he hit the wall there, he's lucky to still be in this race. And that was quite a hit. And he's been disqualified for going the wrong way as he looks to rejoin. And the race snatched from Flying Duck in a matter of seconds there. Che 3 seconds. Big penalty there. That could be huge. But contact with Soul Darkness sends Flying Duck out of the race. Curtis with the penalty. Mike Craig with the penalty. Look at that. 7 drivers with him already. I've just game with 10 seconds. Che back in the lead now. But now there's a penalty to think about for the rest of the race. Grumio right there in tow of the 2 leaders. Might James try to get the lead back into Villeneuve. I assume that by now he knows the position he's in. Oh, there goes caught of the circuit. And he saves it. Braking mark taken out though. What a save from the Sauber. Keeping out the barriers just. Back to the field here. Lucky Lambert running 8th. Trying to catch the back of that train. Behind them about 4 seconds back is Badman defending from PJ. He's got 6 seconds of penalties to him. Curtis back up to P11. Ethan in P12. Curtis with a very impressive move a few moments ago. Thread the needle and Soldonics go side by side with JB. Through the chicane, over the curb for the Red Bull. JB gets back in front. Here comes Connie Goblin. Might try and go for it too. These guys could go 3 wide towards turn 1. James reclaims the lead from Che. Grimmer not close enough. But further back here, this could be a good racing position. Keep an eye. JB has no DRS, which means Soldonics can come back at him. And charging on the outside towards Tamburello. Soldonics into P13. JB, not as a gentleman from Lucky Lamb, but from Connie Goblin or from Mikey Craig. Oh, Craig off the circuit for almost off the circuit. JB back around Soldonics there. Mistake from the Red Bull. But keeps it on circuit. No damage done from the collision with Flying Duck. Top with another penalty. He's got 6 seconds to his name now. And lock up to Rackham in a ride. That could allow him really to make a move. Pope keeping on the tail end of this train in the other Mercedes. The top 5 continue to pull away. But Che with that penalty. Short of these guys around him all finishing with penalties too. It looks as though 5th would be the best he can conjure up right now. But still plenty of time for things to change. Could get a safety car, they could get anything really come through. But the field now splitting off into distinct packs. Pope closing on Landlord. But again, he's got DRS too, so no move being made there. Imrie to the inside of Cott. Imrie clear of Cott into Tamburello. Mercedes, as I say, still hunting their first win of the season. Ferrari looking for their first one, whether it be with a reserve or the full-time driver. Craig another penalty. That's 9 seconds to his name now. That's the most, in terms of track limits penalty, that's the most so far. Che still chasing James here. Ethan 3 seconds. There have been races in the past where only a select few drivers have ended the race penalty free, and typically it's the guys up front going for the win. Soul Darkness gets his first penalty of the day. And up front, it only seems to be Che and James who are actually close to making moves on each other. The rest of these guys still a bit too far apart. Landor defending dropping back from the top 3. Grumio is dropping back too. But these guys are hooked to each other once again. Che defending the inside. I think the smart thing to do for James would be to not make that move. Doesn't have to make that move, of course. He goes looking for it. Che on a different line the exit to Villeneuve that time. For the back. Imrie still holding off Pot. Lucky Lambo looking to try and close and join that fight. Yellow flag, and that is Soul Darkness off the circuit. He's recovered it, but Webbsy will have someone to chase now. No damage for Soul Darkness. He may outbreak himself, but now Webbsy's looking to fight his way past. Last week's race winner, taking on this week's debutant. Is Grumio close to this time to try and let it? We'll see what he's got out of the last corner. James to the outside, almost immediately there. And he's in front when he hit the line. And Grumio won't be under, James Che won't be under threat now. Here comes Grumio to the outside. The two former title rivals will to wheel now as they charge towards turn one. Who's last on the brakes? It's close. Oh, there goes Che. And there goes Grumio too. Yellow flag is out. Both cars recover it. But both cars now P4 and P5. Another twist in the tail of the two title rivals from season 14. It was Grumio who came out on top this season, but Che continues to be the thorn in his side when he does race. And that now allows James a bit of breathing room. That might have been just what the doctor ordered, and now Lionel and Pope are chasing him, albeit 2 seconds back. Can James now work on trying to build a lead? He's got 2 seconds to his name now. Landlord and Pope there. Third, fourth and fifth, three former race winners at this circuit. At least in my time. I'm unsure if Landlord's won it before. I trust he must have done at some stage. James though, 2.3 to the good. Pope to the outside, clean air in front of him, looking for second back. He'll take second back. Grumio not close enough to go for Che. But can Pope now try and pull away from Lionel with clean air in front? He can now start working on chasing down the early championship favourite. Emery back around Cott. Oh, was that a brake marker? No, that's my imagination. I thought he took out a brake marker at turn one. Further back. Grumio time penalty. That'll be big as well. So the top three now left all by themselves. Only 5 drivers left in the race with no penalties. Those drivers being Websy, Fabman, Imrie, Pope. Sorry, Imrie, Landlord, Pope, and James. So that is 6. My maths is incorrect. Websy though, I get the feeling that if he can keep things clean here and just continue his natural pace, he may still wind up with a good finish, given these penalties. A safety car would do him a world of good provided he doesn't get any of his own. Then a safety car could do him a world of good. Pope pulling away now from Landlord. The gap 8 tenths. It's 9 back to Che and another 9 back to Grumio. So the top 5 are now quite spaced out. And as James continues to extend his lead, he may come across his first lap champion of the day, that being Obsessed Gamer in the Aston Martin. Pope with no DRS being reeled back in by Landlord. Blue flags being caught at quite an uncomfortable time. Oh, Obsessed Gamer off in the gravel there. Let's go wide here to allow the other cars through. Stopping on circuit there. Perhaps compromising the exit a little bit for Grumio. We're definitely caught in quite an uncomfortable place with these guys all coming through at once. Yellow flag, that is Cott who's had a problem. Recovers it. Had a problem somewhere between Villeneuve and Tosa. Perhaps may have had another slide like he did a couple laps ago. A lock up from the Sauber. He's lost an end plate. He's lost both end plates. A definite contact somewhere, but not sure with what or with whom, if anyone at all. Curtis now let's get Cott out of the way. Lock up again from the Sauber. Might be time for him to change tyres. But how long have we looked at those first pit stops today? There's your answer. Lionel and Che find their way in. Grumio stays out. Pope stays out. James stays out. Those guys all on the... Well, Grumio on the mediums, but James and Pope on hard tyres. And Pope getting the lid out now. Starting to work on closing down James. So Lionel and Che now on hard tyres. Can definitely go to the end of the race on those. Just under 20 laps. We're just under 20 laps to go. These two, fantastic in the time management business. A safety car could throw things perhaps out of question for them. You never know what could happen there. Pope continues to reel in James. The gap now 1.5 seconds. Pope is closing back. And it'll be a little while still before these guys come with their first stops as Landor gets hit with the penalty. And so does Badman. 4 drivers left on the circuit with no penalty to their name. James, Pope, Imrie and Websy. Grimio's in. Does Imrie follow him on the medium tyres? Yes, he does. Pope needs to close him out another 5 tenths or so to really get himself back in the hunt. Lucky Lambert now into podium position but still yet to stop. Soul Darkness now 6 seconds. Bike and Craig are 15 right now. It's been quite a long time since we've seen someone disqualified for too many seconds. But Bike Craig's retired it in the pit lane. You've got 10 seconds for speeding in the pits. And calls up the end to his day. Comes our second retiree in the session. Cotley Goblin 3 seconds. 4 drivers now stay left without penalties. Che passing JB. Landor right there in front of him. Oh, but a slight tap there from the Ferrari to the Haas. They go through turn 9. Outside Ferrari. Look how close these two get. JB right behind them. Is JB maybe stop? JB's on the hard tyres. Hasn't pitted yet. So far, 9 drivers have stopped. One of them was back. One of those 9 being Barker Craig, who of course retired in the pit lane. 1.6 the gap. Lucky Lambert, 10 seconds of speeding. And Grimmy with the penalty. Batman into the pits down the order. Yellow flag, and that is one of the salvers. That is caught around. And no left front, no side of the left front wing at all. That'll be a problem for him. We could be looking at another pit stop here. Oh, around he goes to get almost turned around again. Saved it though. James and Pope seem to be the only ones who don't have any problems right now. Even the 2 house cars have been caught out over the course of this race, and that's a rarity for both of them to be caught at once. Yellow flags, one of the Alpines. That is Curtis. The chaos continues here at Imola. Caught 10 seconds for speeding in the pits. That'll be big numbers for him. JB penalty. As we take the halfway point of this race, James continues to lead. He extends that lead back once again. Can't afford any mistakes. PJ Keller there, the penalty as well. Let's have a look at the penalties. A lot of seconds on off there. Oh, another yellow. Badman at the chicane. No damage done. May have come together with Curtis, unsure, so we won't place any blame on anyone just yet. But I think the Stewart. Oh, there goes Ethan off the circuit, across the circuit. Oh, there goes JB off onto the gravel. And that could have been dangerous. Badman penalty, speeding in the pit lane. And Batman calling it too. Ethan down to P10 now. And given he's yet to make his first stop, that could be a concern as to where he'll rejoin. Landlord now back in 3rd, Chain 4th, Grimmer 5th. Connie Goblin yet to make his first stop, up to 6th place right now. Brilliant job so far from the lone Ferrari. Lucky Lambert from that spin now down P11. Loose cannon, I'm seeing him called in the chat. Lock up from McLaren there. He's chasing Ethan now for that last point. Of course, has made his stop and should get some of those places back once these guys all pit. We got halfway through the race now, and Che is right on the tail of Landlord. Of course, Lando who had a bit of a dip in form across season 14 when Che and Grimio went head-to-head for the title. But Lando, who still didn't have the race win. Yellow flag again, that's what I said about that. Blue flag coming after Martins. Oh, slide there from Cott again. Today has not been his day so far. Down 10 places from his P6 starting spot. His teammate Webster gets his way around Obsessed Gamer. Yellow flag from Minerali, and that is again Cott who has to wait here for the pack to go through. But that's where the majority of cars now. And it's been very chaotic. And now we can rejoin. Pope, in all this, is still chasing James. 2 seconds to gap right now. And I get the feeling that gap may have to be closed on strategy. Lucky Lambert, 3 seconds. Che back into 3rd place. A bit wide there through Tamburello, and Lalo might try and go back again. Won't do it. Stays back in line. JB into 6th over Cockney Goblin. It's a bit deep though, over the curves, both cars. Here comes Imri. Imri, one of the few cars without penalties. And it outbreaks Cockney Goblin too. Keeps it out the gravel. And Cott retiring. Cott calling it quits. Down to 16 cars in this race. Imri around Cottony. Will he try and take JB 2 and 2? Pope takes the lead. James into the pit lane. Here we go. So a difference in strategy as to when to pit. Could this play any part? The track looking a bit more overcast now. I shouldn't think we'll see rain. But is there a risk? James onto medium, so not trying looking to cover him off for rain. Che back in 2nd. James will rejoin in the 4th spot, the 5th spot. And now could find himself in trouble here because he's now behind these guys for his outlap, which could allow Pope to try and build an advantage, or at least try and eat into the advantage of James. James got to find a way around that Haas quick. But finding a way past the champion is easier said than done. 4 cars in all the pit lane now. I think that's 5 rather. No, I'm right, it's 4. JB, Cottony, Ethan and Alvar all in. And here comes Pope. Now making a stop. He's about 22.5 seconds in front of Che. And James is about a second back from that. Mercedes need a good stop here to get him back on the track in front. He's got the freshest tyres in 5. And no penalties to his name. It's going to be Pope versus James for the win here. Unless they both get penalties, but Grimio with 19 seconds worth. This is a rarity. Someone's got to screenshot this. Looks like Pope will emerge behind these guys. Che reclaims the lead. Pope down to 5th, and that's a bit too far back. James passing Grimio, looking to the inside of Landlord now into turn 1. Contact. Tyre up between the 2 cars. Grimio on the outside, they're fighting. Contact again. Side by side to feel enough, someone's got to give. No one gives, but Grimio emerged on top. And covering off James into toes to lock up from Landlord in front. Pope now 3 seconds back from James. Yellow flag down the main straight. Not sure who that's for. It's cleared now. And Pope needs to start closing in. And quickly. Unsure of the situation as far as warnings is concerned for these guys. Imri there in P6. If he can try and close that gap, he could potentially try and nab something. I imagine he may gain a place off of Grimio at least. For those 19 seconds. 5 drivers right now have over 10 seconds of penalties. Okay, a few more of that when these guys make their retirements as well. If wobble there from Land on the exit. Here comes James. Might try and take Grimio. Che pulling away here. 1.4 to the good, 1.3 to the good. But Lando has DRS and goes back in again. Pope needs to hope that James has trouble behind Grimio. allowing him to catch back up or hope he gets a penalty. What a race he's been so far. James into third place then. But that'll be, of course, a net first with penalties. Hope 2 seconds back from Gremio right now. That gap may go back up again with DRS in play. DRS which Pope obviously does not have. 11 laps to go when Jay crosses the line. He's still got Lando right behind him chasing. Lando sets the fastest up, and Gremio can keep James busy. Which is unlikely right now. He's closing in. Not enough for a late move though, in the same sense that Lando's not close enough to Che for a late move. Pope's gap is back up to about 2.7 seconds. Courtney Goblin 3 seconds, multiple warnings. James closing the gap, looking to make a move on Lando, won't do it just yet. But you saw he was right there on the tail end of that Haas into Ackerman and Riley once more. And these guys still just continually in this Che train. Lando penalty there, 6 seconds now, so Che and Lando are fighting for third. All out here, depending on position for these guys. Gremio locked in to finish 5th, maybe 6th. Yellow flag in the first sector. All good there, no one spins out. Does James go for a move now on Landlord? Does Landlord try to get Che back first? Both cars closing in, Landlord to the outside. Takes the lead away. James can't find a way through there. Oh, close to contact, there is contact! James off on the gravel. On contact again! Off on the gravel a second time. Gremio's got damage, and Pope now comes right back into the equation. No damage on James's car. He'll be able to continue front wing wise. Gremio now down to third. Che and Landlord now out by themselves, looking to settle this one for third, which will be third place. But Pope now just over a second behind James. He's a bit more to close back in. He's there now. Well, he was there. Got to really hammer it, but can't risk a penalty. If he risks a penalty, that could be the end of the race for him. The in DRS range, here we go. So Pope will rejoin the train with 9 laps to go. We've got a race to settle. Lock up, big lock up from Landlord there. James looking for a way around Gremio before Pope arrives. And we found the timing with which you make these moves is absolutely crucial. Che goes back through to take the lead. James to the outside, Gremio looking inside of his teammate, won't get there, but James fights through. Gremio off onto the grass. And Pope right back in it now. Imrie 12 behind, one of his own right now in P6, happy to run there. Perhaps know that P5 is without doubt on the cards if he can keep this pace up. Lucky Lambert in P7, 16 seconds to his name, but looks to be safe for now in the place he's in. Gremio separating Pope from James. The lock up from Landlord allows the RB to close right back in. James, of course, won Australia. He won the 4th race of the season, which was to my, because I forget my memory. He won 3 races in a row. Looking for win number 4 from the last 6 races, from the last first 7 races. Japan, sorry. James won Japan. Yellow flag, and that is so darkness. I believe it's gone off. Yes, it is. He recovers it. But may receive a visit from the race leaders shortly. If they catch him before the race is over. Grumio and Pope dropping back here. James doesn't need to go for these places. He just needs to bring the car home where he is right now. It'd be unwise for him to try and take the risk and then from there get a penalty from that. Bumping Che through the left-hander. Just need to avoid a penalty. That's what we've got to do. And the same for Pope. If James gets a penalty, then all he's got to do is sit there. See how the entry changes to avoid that happening. Che now on the inside of James. Into the braking zone they go. The Ferrari, wing damage on the Ferrari. Not sure how long's had that before. But contact again. Oh, there goes Grumio's going to make it 3 wide. He's going to make it 3 wide. Will Pope go for 4? Not enough room. But James now falling back. Pope takes the race lead away. Close to contact between Che and Grumio. These guys will be cosmically interlinked, I think, for the remainder of their RDL careers. And perhaps as long as they drive. Landlord now in the lead. 8/10 in front, those 6 seconds to think about. Pope now in front of James. Emery penalty, 3 drivers left. With no pens. Websy running P13 right now. He's getting a whole host of places, I think. I think if he can stay where he is, or at least close to more gap, will definitely score points today. As Ethan looking to pass Courtney Goblin. Can Ethan get a point on his birthday? That's the question. We're rooting for him, see if he can pull it off. Up front though, he spent the majority of the race up here, but this is where it's all happening for the race victory. 6 laps to go. Landon still leads Grumio. Che in 3rd. Pope 4th. James 5th. But those guys net P1 and P2 right now. So they're going to race each other. Keep it under control. And they'll be looking at a 1st and 2nd finish here between the pair of them. But who'll be 1st and who'll be 2nd? It's all still to play for. Just 5.5 laps to go. Lock up from Landlord. But there we go again. Further back, Ethan in the points. JB being chased by Cotley and Websy. Websy's now caught that pack. Things can get very spicy down this main straight the next 4 times to go, the next 5 times to come through here. Here's the first run. Che to the inside of Grumio, who gets good enough runs, might try and take a Landlord here to charge towards the first corner. 2 teammates might go wheel to wheel, but Grumio drives right up to the back of Landlord and stays right there. Well, the speed you carry into Tamburello could have a big impact on whether or not you actually even make the corner. James right there behind Pope through Villeneuve, looking for an opening. To the inside at Tosa. Slight tap between the 2 leaders. Slight on the exit. Lack of traction for James, and Pope maintains P4, which will become P1 at the flag. Looking for his first win of the season, his first win in a long time for Pope. His last victory came, I believe, season 15 Monaco. So, coming up to 2 seasons ago, Monaco is only the next race. So, coming up to 2 seasons since his last win in terms of location. It's been at least a good 50 rounds or so since his last P1. This game is still in the race, has to move out of the way there for the leaders. As will some darkness. James to the outside of Pope. James around Pope into turn 1. Yes, he is. But over the curves there. Pope might try and come back at him. Will Pope go for the same move that James made at Tosa? Or will he wait? Che still nursing that front wing. He's got 3 seconds. It's looking like Lando's going to finish 3rd in this race. Che will finish 4th. Guru will be lucky to finish 5th. Yeah, we're all coming down to where Imri can sit. He's all by himself right now. Has to focus on pace and not get another penalty. As for his teammate though, Pope is really fighting this battle. There were just 3 laps to go when they crossed the line. Grimio also nursing an end plate loss on his front wing. That's on the right side. Landlord, no damage to his car. No damage to believe to James or to Pope either. Those guys look all okay. Oh, Landlord mistake there. Grimio can come back at him now. We all know Grimio is going to try and win this race on track if he can. If he can't win it outright, he'll take it on the circuit. Grimio back around the outside. 3 laps to go. Can Che make the move on Landlord too? He's going to pull or also go to the outside. Imri penalty. That's another one. And I think right now, he might still just be in range to take the position. James back in front of Pope. And James right on the tail here. Obsessed game with penalty. Keeping on that race control screen every time. James to the inside of Che. Kind of going penalty. Slight tap from the Ferrari. James doesn't have to do this. He's just got to hold off Pope. That's all he's got to do. He doesn't need those extra places. And you don't want to throw it away with a penalty in the last few laps like this. James to the outside into chicane. Che wide on the exit. Pulling alongside. JB penalty. Lock up. Oh, close to contact. Pope goes through past Che. These guys now fighting the race for 3rd as Grimio brings him to the line. 2 laps to go. Pope closing the gap all the time, but does he want to be there? Does he want to be the one who is in front going on to the last lap? Grimio on the penalty has 22 seconds now. That might mean that Imri's safe where he is for another few seconds. Pope's got Che on his tail, the 2 former Mercedes teammates back in the day. Back in season 14 when Pope last drove full time. James looking for win number 4 in the season. Pope looking for his first win since mid-2023. A lot of tasks being thrown around here. Another lock up from Grimio. There's Haas cars up front, but penalties mean they won't win the race today. Soul Darkness, another penalty. Majority of cars over 10 seconds now. We've got more cars over 10 seconds of penalties than cars who have under 10 seconds now. Yellow flag behind them. That is Obsessed Gamer. And here we go. Pope has been waiting this moment. Another penalty for Imri. Pope has to take it now. This will be his last chance. 1 more lap to go. This is the bell lap. Pope throwing everything into it. James using all his battery. James has got a bit more here. I don't think Pope saw that coming. Into turn 1. James has the lead. Looking to break away at Canter now. Grimio up front, looking to take the win on track. And looking to avoid losing P5 to Imri. I think he might just end up doing that, but Imri's 3rd penalty might add things into question a bit more. All James has to do is keep it under control. Pope fighting desperately here for this win. To the point now where he may have to go for a move in a more unorthodox position. If Landlord holds up James and gives him a poor exit, Pope could try and take advantage of that, but both cars have battery. Pope looking to force James into some kind of mistake. And it doesn't look like there'll be one. Che falls back. Pope has kept James under pressure all the way to the checker flag. But that first win of the season had to wait a little bit longer. Off the last corner, Grumio runs to the line and takes the flag on track, but it'll be James who takes win number 4 of his career, win number 4 of the season, and victory here in Imola. Pope second by 3/10, Landlord third, Chain fourth, Grumio fifth for now. Can Imre snatch fifth on the line? And he won't do it, he misses out by 1.8 seconds in the end. Imre in sixth. It'll be Lucky Lambert home for seventh. PJ will finish in 8th place. Curtis 9th. Websy looking to nab the last point. He could nab another one potentially if he can get round to the line in time to beat PJ. He'll beat Curtis without a shadow of a doubt. Websy's got enough for P9, he's got enough for P8. Just misses out by 2.2 seconds, and Curtis will have the last point. Ethan Home P11, Courtney 12th, JB 13th in the end, and Alvar will be the last across the line 14th. But James wins. Wow. 3 drivers in the end up with 0 penalties, and 2 of them stand on the top 2 steps of the podium. And that was an endurance test, track limits wise, for a lot of these guys. What a race. So James then takes the second flag, Pope's in second, Landau will finish third. And James by 10 more points will extend his lead in the World Championship. And we'll have to get these guys in to talk because that was absolutely fantastic stuff. Drama all the way to the last. And we simply have to get these guys in because that was absolutely brilliant. Let me know your thoughts in the comment in the chat below. And we have our first visitor already. Pope, welcome in. Well,
hello.
It was close.
Second, yeah, it was close.
Second
in
qualifying, second in the race. Commiserations, but I think that's possibly your best driver of the season. There, talk me through it.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I mean, we had a poor start on those hard tyres. I think that's probably what cost me the win. And then, obviously, pitting a lap later. Obviously, the fresher tyres go into it, but when you're in a DRS train, it really doesn't matter too much. But poor start, lost 3 seconds to, well, just under 3 seconds to the front 2 cars of Che and James. And if we didn't do that, who knows? But yeah, very happy with that.
I couldn't have every reason to be happy with that. But of course, the penalties there right at the end. I must ask, on the last lap, was because I saw you on lap 31 and saw a whole back going towards Tamburello. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but you almost been in a position there to go for it in the last lap, weren't you?
In a way, yeah, but at the same time, I know what my race is right now, and unfortunately, it's not for a championship. It's not maybe the P1s, even though I think we could have picked up a couple of wins along this season. We've had the pace to, but I think I was kind of content with P2. Because after all, it's my first podium of the season. Not been on the podium since season 15, I think. So, yeah, needed it.
That would be correct. Don't worry, I did make mention of the stats I wanted me to make mention of during the race, and I did say what the Sigma during qualifying. So there is that. So you've got your
fantastic.
James is
that's all that matters to me.
James is sitting here thinking, what the hell are these two on about? But yeah, I mean, a solid run, and of course, this is a good start to the sort of promise made that the next few rounds will sort of be your rounds. So Imola P2, could Monaco P1 be next? Because you've always said it, Monaco's like your track.
I hope so. I really, really do. It'll be tough, no doubt. Obviously, everyone's rapid, but qualifying's could be interesting there, especially when we go in there for the first time with 3 qualifying rounds. So that might shake things up a little bit. So it'll be interesting. I'm not going to count my chickens because I don't think you can. But yeah, on the way that we've been going, I think we probably should have won last time out. Both me and Imbri had the pace to. I think Japan, I messed up on a personal issue. So that Saudi, we're fighting. It's just hopefully the luck's turned around a little bit.
In the words of Fernando Alonso, now we can fight. I think.
Now we can fight.
And I must ask, last question for you: are there any circumstances whatsoever in which I can convince you into come to box next week?
Yes.
How? Do tell.
I am happy to do a live qualifying lap.
Ooh.
In the.
That could be big. Because we'll get JB's approval first. Because I mean, actually, there was a plan for it a few seasons ago, but never quite came to be because your wheel went that day. But maybe.
Yes.
Now we've got 3 seconds.
That broke.
Maybe that Q1 might be time to go for it. But we'll see what happens there.
Indeed.
Okay, so with that being said, as always, feel free to stick around. James, we've got you there. James, congratulations. Win number 4 on the season, mate. You're doing fantastically right now. Your results last 5 weeks, mate. First, second, and first. I think it's hard to say that you're not the champion favourite at this point.
Yeah, definitely hard to say. I mean, I think 4 consecutive podiums and then most in first. I mean, championship, I suppose, in mine to lose at the minute, I suppose. Ahead of the championship even further now.
Expanding that lead more and more, but Pope kept you under pressure, I think, throughout the one. It has to be said. He was chasing you the whole way.
Oh yeah, it was very close, especially when got caught up by the pack of 3 there, and he was catching up. I was getting kind of worried when he was getting in my rear view mirror. But GG to him. Good result for you, Poop.
You just called him Poop? No, never mind.
No, that's the funny accent.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, good race, mate.
One thing I must ask, James. Actually, question to both of you here. How were you guys on any warnings at all? Because you guys were one of 2 or 3 drivers who didn't get a penalty in that race. The only other one being Websy.
Wow.
Yeah, I had 1 warning actually.
I had 2. I had 2, but 1 could have been removed because it was from contact.
Close.
Oh.
So it's fine margins for you guys then in the last few laps. Because I got the impression that you get the James. Honestly, I got the impression from you that you sort of wanted to try and find a way around those three guys that are holding you up, but there just wasn't a way through. But I must say the move you almost made on Pope at the exit of Villeneuve chicane in the last few laps, almost had it then sort of lost traction on the exit there. What happened?
Yeah, just lost traction. Got too greedy on the throttle and just lost it down the straight.
Easily done to be fair, but you then made the move from one of the Haas cars, didn't you? Was that a successful move in the end? I've forgotten by this point. My head hurts.
I think I was behind both of them, so I was in front of Che at the end, so I was behind at the end, the 2 Haas's.
Fair enough. I mean, another thing as well, you got caught out, or nearly got caught out by the wet weather in Q1. I mean, were you sort of fearing the worst there? You might go out and start from the back?
Oh yeah, I was definitely fearing. So it was like, as soon as I got back from the toilet, like, I was like, it's raining, like, what am I going to do? I just got quite lucky sort of to get by and the skin on my teeth basically.
Only just, yeah. And I mean, I must ask the last question for you. I believe so next week is the last track I believe that you haven't done with us, which is Monaco. And so if we don't know your place around here, are we looking at the win maybe?
No. Definitely not. I'm rubbish around Monaco on street tracks. So
Well, that gives me a bit more confidence then. Fucking hell.
And then my follow-up question there. My follow-up question is quickly, James. Didn't you say the same thing to me last week about this track?
I think I did, but I think I've said that about most tracks anyway. So maybe I'm just lying every week.
Just a general message for everyone here. I am personally almost tired of people coming in here telling me. I asked them about next week and said, "Oh no, one of my worst tracks, no chance." And then they pull it out of the bag and they're fantastic. So I think the drivers as a collective need to give themselves a bit more. You guys give yourself a bit more gusto. Come on.
It might just be mind games though.
Oh,
I mean, I know in season 11 I played quite a few mind games. So
I was out on BJ for chance.
Yeah, who I hope's doing very well as well, if he is watching the stream.
Hopefully, yeah. Obviously, we all send our love to BJ. Hope he's doing well at this point in his life. But yeah, I mean, James, like I say, absolute favourite for the championship. Would you reckon you'll be caught potentially? Do you reckon they'll start closing on you, or do you reckon you'll keep this lead to the end?
I think eventually there will be a few races as well and won't do so well, and they'll catch a gap right back up. So I don't think it'll be an easy to seal with the championship. Like, so will be the last few races. I'd say it'll be very close.
We saw this sort of thing about a year ago, a driver called Sniper Hunter, who went on a run just like yours, and then from Silverstone onwards, it didn't quite go to plan for him.
Good way to put it. Bless him. Missed Sniper entirely.
He had some mad choice of words in the contract after the race. You'd like him, James. He's a fantastic guy. But yeah, more or less that'll do it for tonight. James, you know what? We'll cap things off. But as you're the winner, and normally I get Pope to do this, but as you won the race just over Pope in particular, would you like to give us the word of the race?
Oh,
One word.
not too sure about this one.
Pope to do it.
Chaotic, I suppose. Maybe.
Nice, yeah.
Chaotic works, yeah. Okay, well that'll do us then. Well, so those of you down in the chat, if you're watching this as a video afterwards, make sure to go to the comments, type in the word chaotic, and let us know what you think about Pope not passing James.
Oh, why, mate? It's my birthday on Wednesday.
Okay, right, okay.
No need for that.
Scrap it then. In that case, everyone say chaotic and either do that or just say happy birthday to Pope.
And JB and Ethan's is today. JB and me have got the same birthday.
Yes, happy upcoming birthday to JB as well. Excellent stuff. So,
what was this week?
Oh, yeah. Was this planned?
Ask our parents, mate. I don't know.
They
Was it planned?
They knew the idea was coming in future years, so it's like they had to be done. Right, well that'll cap us off for tonight. Hope you guys did enjoy this one. If you did, make sure to subscribe. We had a fantastic audience today too. 110 views across the entire stream. Thank you to everyone for watching. And until next time, I've been Zach RC. Good night.